Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jess, and today I'm going to be taking you through how I set up for December. But first, my art room was looking a little messy, so I hope you don't mind, but I included this time-lapse of me clearing it off. I literally have to do this all the time whenever I want to film because there's always so much stuff on it. But anyway, I'm super excited about today's film because today's video, not film, because it's Christmas. I love Christmas time. But before we get into that, I'm going to flip through last month's setup and who else is proud of me for getting this video out to you so soon. Like, it's November 30th when I'm recording this, so wow. Okay, last month I did fall, and by the end of it I was kind of over it, which is why the spreads at the end of the month don't look so hot. But it's fine. Anyway, I linked that setup in the top corner right now if you want to see that. But now we're getting straight into December and my cover page. This cover page was very unique. It had a lot of different things going on. So first I just started by writing December, obviously. I also had these fairy lights in the background. Let me know if you guys like that, because I can put them there. I just thought they were kind of like Christmas lights, so yeah. And then I kind of have this like funky font. I don't really know how to describe it, but I use this throughout the spreads. And then to kind of surround and ground in that title, I added this wreath type thing around it. I don't know, it was kind of a last minute addition, but I think it looks pretty cute. And I was using my Micron 02 pen for this. I don't know what the exact measurement is, but it's 02. And then I just drew a tabletop with a plate and a glass of milk, and then I drew the line for the lights later on. And now I'm outlining this fireplace and some of the logs and the presents, and I'm going to go back in later with watercolors to fill in that fire and the tree, but I just have a little wreath and some picture frames and some stockings all hanging up on that fireplace. Now I'm writing my quote. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and I know this is kind of like a cliche thing, but honestly, it is, and I've been looking forward to Christmas since the beginning of the year, so I am so happy that it is almost here, and I can't wait. I have a lot of Christmas videos ready to go. Okay, now I'm just going to use my watercolor to kind of finish off this page. I used a mixture of watercolor and markers and colored pencils throughout this. It was honestly just whatever worked and whatever would be easiest. So I used watercolors for this so I could go and add in more depth with the darker green like so. And then I used some watercolor for the fire so I can blend in the yellows and the oranges. And I even add some blue, because you know when it's super hot, it gets blue? No? Yeah? I don't know. I thought it looked weird, but whatever, I kept it. Then I just filled in the stockings and such. Let me know, what do you guys prefer to use in your bullet journal? Like, what art medium? I still am not sure. As you can see, I used like 3 different ones in this, but now I'm just filling in that wreath a little more. And then I filled in, you can see here, like all green in those spots. I don't know if I really like that, but it looked like it was too empty. Now I'm going to start with those cookies. And I had a little bit of trouble trying to get that right brown shade, but I fixed it later with some colored pencils. Then I just used a pale blue to fill in the year and dotted on some lights. Then I used some markers and colored pencils to finish the page off. Oh, I actually also used a Posca paint pen a lot, so 4 mediums. I thought the chimney and like fireplace was a little too bland, so I filled in the background in dark gray there, and I added some white bricks. Then I colored in the presents, and added a strand of ornaments. Or lights, I don't know. I didn't want to go too crazy because this page already had a lot going on. Alright, moving on to my calendar. I wasn't really sure what to do here, so I just started with a bunch of floating boxes like I did in my September bullet journal candle. I actually copied the measurements directly from that. And outlining this calendar, I always am scared that I'm going to mess up, but I don't think I did this time, so that's great. And then on the top, I just did a bunch of ornaments hanging down. This theme wasn't super cohesive, but you know, it's all Christmas and that's what counts. And I started out by using these like pastel colors. I don't know why, but I just started with like a blue and a yellow and a pink, but I was like, bruh, this is not Christmas at all whatsoever. So you're gonna see in a moment that I actually changed that off camera. Now I'm just going in with the heading and I'm just writing the first 3 letters, and then I added some silver dots just because I thought it needed more. And then I'm gonna make my brain dump and a gift planner for this month to keep track of all the gifts that I'm making and giving people. And I just drew more of those wreath leafy things and then a pile of gifts in the corner. Which, by the way, I have a Christmas DIY gifts coming out soon, so be ready for that. Now I'm doing my first weekly spread, and I just drew a bunch of Christmas cookies and included some chocolate chip cookies. And I wanted to make it look like they all had white icing details, so I kind of outlined, I'm using a Crayola Super Tip to color all this in. And I outlined things first, the details that I wanted, so that they would remain white, and then filled in the rest of the cookie with the color. Sorry, my head got in the way there. And then for the chocolate chips, I did go in with a brown marker as well. And then I did try to add some shading. I don't think you can really see it that much, but with a Prismacolor color pencil. And then I tried my hand at calligraphy again, and you'll see here I almost misspelled December. It was going fine. I did D-E, and then I was about to write M, and I was like, oh. But I managed to change it into a C. I'm still working on my calligraphy. It's not really that great, honestly, especially when I use this larger or softer brush pen. So yeah, I'm working on it, okay, guys? And then I also messed up on the R. I always flip it. Is it just me? I don't know. And then I also forgot to add the lines, so I did that quickly for the ornaments, so they actually like had strings attaching them. And that is the final spread. It was actually fairly simple, but I didn't really have that much time, so I guess that's why. I also ended up adding some silver highlights to the ornaments to make them more shiny. And yeah, my brain dump, by the way, I'm just going to put a bunch of random lists and ideas. It's an empty space that I can use for whatever I want. I'm actually super happy with how this turned out, even though it's pretty simple, and I hope you guys like it too. Stay tuned for my January setup to see the rest of the spreads that I did, because I'll do a flip through at the beginning of that video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please give it a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you later. Have a good night. Bye.